Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julios once again with another One Piece chapter summary. This week's chapter is chapter 997, Flames. And it is just continuing on with everything getting set up for the big Onigashima showdown, smackdown of the century. We're going to start with the cover page, which is another requested artwork. It's Sanji getting smacked by a tanuki for having impure thoughts during his meditation. Oda drew like Nami off to the side, so you see, Sanji's eyes are wandering over in that direction. It's just another, cool little artwork, so nothing really to see there aside from that. So we're going to move straight into the chapter. It starts with Sanji, and I was wrong. So my prediction about it being Orochi was incorrect. I was correct about it being, the brothel area. Turns out it was a trap. So as Sanji heroically burst through the door to try and save the young maiden, turns out they were all subordinates of Black Maria. And Sanji got caught in a web, and now he's stuck before her as... she captured him. I don't know what they plan to do to him, because this is Kaido's crew, and as we saw with Usopp and Nami versus Page 1 and Ulti, the goal is not to capture the Straw Hats anymore. The goal is to kill them, and Sanji doesn't fight women. We saw this with, with Califa. So Sanji's at a huge disadvantage. His goal right now is to survive, and unless someone comes bursting through the wall, like with Nami and Usopp, no one's coming to save him. So Sanji has to get out. It literally is just run away. New goal, survive. Like, I don't know exactly how he's going to get out of it, but we know he's not going to fight his way out. There's too many women. He's not going to do it. And I don't know where what's going to happen. But this did change, my thoughts on Black Maria as a fighter. I don't know where the spider web came from. Looking at the minions surrounding her, it doesn't look like any of them are a spider smile user. So she herself may have a spider-related devil fruit, which I'm pretty sure we haven't seen anything like that. I mean, there were insect devil fruits back in the Dressrosa arc. They were eaten by the two members of the dwarf tribe, the Tanadas. But we haven't really seen any arachnids, unless you count Spider Monkey, but he was a zombie, not a devil fruit user. So if she has some kind of like ancient arachnid devil fruit, that may make sense as to why she's not like a super punch you in the face frontline fighter like the rest of the Tobi Roppo. She may be waiting for fools to come into her web, much like Sanji. We leave off on a note of her, teasing Sanji, saying, what are you going to do now that you're before me? And Sanji, I'm paraphrasing, but for lack of a better word, he basically just tells her, yeah, you're beautiful. I'm completely in your care now. So obviously he's not actually going to, let himself get killed, but he's definitely going to need to run away. Anyways, we move on back to the big fight going down in Onigashima with all the, ice Oni running around, and Zoro just decides he's done. Like, after all the craziness, he notices as Big Mom is flying up towards Kaido, he sees something fall down. Both he and Robin see this. It's later revealed that it is Kiku's arm. So Zoro, Robin, maybe a couple other characters saw what was going on, but we just know those two for now. They're aware of exactly how serious things are getting up there. And Zoro decides he is done playing games. So he takes Apu out in a single hit, gives Chopper the antibody, and says, hey, I'm going to head on upstairs. You got this, right? And Chopper goes, of course I do. Yep. Chopper has figured out how to stop the virus. He reveals to the people in the battle that all you have to do is stay warm. It actually is defeated by fire, because as Brook is holding a torch next to Chopper, you see that the fire is no longer spreading. I feel like that makes sense. It's a gas that sort of it's an airborne illness, and we have become very aware of how deadly airborne illnesses can be in the last year of 2020. So it's one of those like One Piece parallels in the real world again. I've thought about doing like videos talking about things that One Piece has paralleled, very heavy topics that have happened throughout the history of One Piece, not only but the history of the world, and how interestingly paralleled the series can actually be. But regardless, Queen decides, well, since Apu failed and the little raccoon dog is telling everybody the secret, I'm just going to blow him up. So he takes his big old gun out and he's getting ready to take out Chopper, and Zoro scares Queen by just throwing a big slash up in his direction. You see the bulging eyes on Queen, who I love Queen, honestly. Of Kaido's crew, I think Queen is probably one of my favorites. I actually not in terms of what he does, but I actually designed a character for D&D in a campaign I was playing in. I actually based the character's personality and body off of Queen. So I just find him fun. But apparently Zoro does not. Zoro looks at him, he says, dude, I'm done with these games. I'm going up to beat Kaido, and you're not going to stop me. But he also mentions that, it's not going to be easy because, King's got the sky, Queen's messing around with the ground, so whether you're trying to take the stairs or just straight go upward, there's no easy way to get there. And Zoro can't fly, so I'm gonna say Queen is gonna be his obstacle. I thought for sure Sanji and King were gonna have a go, but aside from that one little interaction, it hasn't really gone anywhere. But speaking of trying to get the ground settled with all that Queen caused, Marco finally shows up and he says, hey, Straw Hats, what are you all doing down here? You guys are the main force. You got to go up there. You got to go fight Kaido. Is there anything I can do to help? Yes. Yes, man made of fire, which Chopper just discovered counteracts the ice demon disease. There is indeed something you can do. So it's probably going to come down to Marco giving out his Phoenix Fire. I believe it's going to probably drain him of his energy, leaving him out of the fight so that he doesn't overshadow, the rest of the crew, because the Straw Hats, some of them are very, very strong. Some of them still need that final push, like we saw with Usopp and Nami. I thought they were ready, and once again, Oda shows me that I should not be writing One Piece, because I would be wrong. They are not ready, not all of them. So after all that, Zoro's speech about this isn't a game and I'm gonna go take down Kaido, suddenly the ground starts to shake, and I mean big time shaking, to the point where some people are like, oh my god, whoa, did his anger cause this? And Brook looks at Zoro and goes, do you have Conqueror's Haki? And Zoro goes, dude, that wasn't me. And then we cut to Luffy and Jinbei noticing the earthquakes, and Nami and Usopp and Tama noticing the earthquakes. And then we cut to the one person who kind of has an idea of what these earthquakes are, as Yamato is running through the hallway. She's got Momo and Shinobu, and explains to the two of them that dragons have the ability to create these flame clouds that they climb on to fly. In Eastern dragon culture, obviously Western dragons have wings on their backs, but Kaido is not. Kaido and Momo by proxy are not based on that. Speaking of Kaido being a dragon, it was pointed out to me in my last video by a commenter that Yamato was starting to transform, like the fangs were starting to grow larger. That is a mistake on my part. When I saw that, I thought that was Sasuke's teeth, so I didn't think anything of it. But after looking at those panels again, thinking it over, we may have been seeing Yamato turn into a dragon. So I think that Kaido might not have a devil fruit, that Kaido might just be a straight up dragon. The clues are starting to show up. Kaido has a dragon form, has a human form. We have had no indication of anyone saying he has a devil fruit, except maybe Law mentioned it. I'm going to have to reread Wano to double confirm that. But we know that there's a dragon form, there's a human form. We've never seen a hybrid form. We've known that Kaido has tried to drown himself, which means Kaido doesn't have a devil fruit, because if Kaido hopped into the water to die, then he would have sank to the bottom, and the Marines wouldn't have fished him up, and if his crew knew he wanted to die, they wouldn't bother going down there and getting him, because they'd be like, well, he jumped in the water, he drowned, that's what he wanted. So if Kaido is a dragon with no devil fruit involved, then Kaido can reproduce, which would mean Yamato may have a dragon form. I don't mind that. I think that's very cool. We've already seen dragons in One Piece. Vegapunk made 2 Western dragons, so it's totally possible that Eastern dragons exist, especially when you consider that the comic or the manga Monsters, one of Oda's very early works with Ryuma the Samurai, who turned out that story took place in Wano. Ryuma is canon, which also means the dragon Ryuma slayed is canon, which means dragons are real in One Piece, whether they've been hiding for X amount of time or Kaido is pulling a Sean Connery and being the last dragon. We don't know. But it's totally possible that there is no hybrid form because there is no devil fruit. That being said, Kaido may be the base of Vegapunk's devil fruit, which is why Momo doesn't have a hybrid form either, or at least not one we've seen. There's so many things that could connect to this, but I'm getting way off track. So Yamato explains about the fire clouds that they climb on, and that Kaido is straight up using those clouds to pick up Onigashima and fly it somewhere else. I mean, we know it's specifically the flower capital, but I don't know how else to put it. He picked it up. Like, that bratty kid that picks up his ball because he's losing and decides to just go home? No. Kaido picked up his house and is going to move it. This automatically sets a timer on defeating Kaido, because Kaido's doing this in his human form, which means Kaido doesn't have to be a dragon to do it. It's not something that causes him extra energy. It's just something that's going on. It's like Doflamingo's birdcage. He can still fight perfectly fine while this death thing is coming towards you. Because of this, there is X amount of time before Onigashima goes from, over in the corner to the flower capital, where he will just drop it gently upon the innocent bystanders, killing them instantly, for most of them. So yeah, it's like Dressrosa. There's a time limit now. That's good. I'm still not sure how chapter 1000 is going to go, but every single chapter is ending with hypey goodness. And we have 98, 99, chapter 1000. Now, given Shonen Jump's schedule, I don't think we're going to get to chapter 1000 by the end of this year. But Oda being happy and healthy and everyone not pushing it is more important than getting it out in time for Christmas. I would rather have something to look forward to in the very first month of 2021 than to worry about whether or not I'm going to get my Christmas present. So with that, we still got 2 more chapters to go. Things are hyping up. We still have well, yeah, we still have all that. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. On that note, thank you for watching. And this is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.